everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Unlimited Sports Inc. podcast. Um, gonna touch on a few topics today, man. Um, just wanted to get into a few things. It's a lot of games that we got today. We got the Mavericks taking on the 76ers. We got the Magic taking on the Nets, Clippers against the Grizzlies, and it should be a pretty casual night. A few things I want to jump into right quick. First and foremost, hometown guy. So I'm pretty much, you might as well call me a Cavs like beat writer or reporter at this point, because I always keep up with my hometown team. Love those guys. They had a 9-game losing streak, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they finally ended it with a clutch basket the night before, and then they beat the Houston Rockets pretty handily last night. Great team ball. Finally got some three-point shooting because that's one of the main things holding back their offense. They don't have enough floor spacers. They don't have enough consistent three-point shooters. But we're finally starting to get some production from some of these other younger wings that happen to be more effective than Isaac Okoro on that end. He's starting to come along a little bit. Instead of thinking about his shots, he just takes the shot and hits the shot. That's always been a key for him from what I've noticed. And I just really think he needs more time to develop. Anything over 30 minutes a game for that rookie, I definitely think it should be lowered down to maybe 20 to 25 until he's more comfortable. Let him get more minutes coming in off of the bench. Let him ease into his role. He's a number 5 pick, but you got to let that kid ease into his role. Definitely coming off the bench would be a better option for him. All of our wings right now, I would say, produce more offense than he does consistently. And the only thing that he may have over two of the, I would say, four wings is defense. But Torian Prince gives you both. You have a young Lamar Stevens, an undrafted rookie for the Cleveland Cavaliers, who's giving them both offense and defense. Shoot it here and there, pull up mid range, slash to the basket. He makes cuts off the ball. You gotta love it. And then he's gonna play his butt off on defense. So guys like that, you definitely want to have them going forward, especially if you want to win. Uh, if you want to win and have some type of decent season to at least make it into the play-in tournament prior to the playoffs. So definitely happy for those guys, man. Good progress made by them. On the flip side, I also want to give my kudos out to the Utah Jazz. These guys, if I'm not mistaken, have won their last 21 out of 23 games, or I believe it's 23 out of 25 games. But either way, that is a ridiculous streak that they're on right now. This team is locked in. It's a small market team that pretty much knows, okay, this is our pedigree. This is how we're going to go try to win and make the other team beat us. I give them credit. They kept the team chemistry together. They kept the core guys on the team. They continued working hard. Guys like Jordan Clarkson having the best season of his career right off of signing his extension with the Jazz. I'm very happy for that guy. And congratulations to that brother, by the way. Great guy, and his dad as well, Mike Clarkson. Very, very nice guy, genuine guy. Those are good people, man. So he's blessed to be in the position that he's in, and he's definitely taking full advantage of it. Donovan Mitchell is a leader. He's your number one option. Okay. He sets the tone uh both ways, and he's gonna come back on offense and try to stick it to you two times. It's tough. Okay. He's reminding many of Dwayne Wade with a better jumper. And that could possibly, very well be where his potential lies in the future, but we don't know yet. But one thing I know for sure, man, the kid is special. He's a leader through and through. He's exactly what that franchise needed, given that Gordon Hayward had left. It really, really makes you think about it. Like, if Hayward did not leave, they would have had Donovan Mitchell, Gobert, Hayward, Ingles, and then, whoever else they would have added. He might as well stayed in Utah for everything that he went through in Boston, looking back. But hey, that guy has a great agent. Shout out to Gordon Hayward's agent. Man, that guy made sure he was taken care of before his max deal and after an injury coming off of a max deal. So, but definitely it makes you look back and think about it for the Utah Jazz, man. It's good to see a small market dominate, especially out in the Western Conference. It's tough. It's tough. There's no gimmies in that Western Conference. So happy for the Utah Jazz. They're doing their thing. Both ends of the ball. The defense is the first. It's the first part of that foundation, and it spills over into their offense where they become a selfless ball moving team. The ball movement, it reminds you of the Spurs, reminds you of the Warriors, teams like that. As soon as you see that ball on the string, oh, this team has chemistry. This team is serious. This team knows how to win in multiple ways, and they're not scared to play defense to get it. So just wanted to give them their kudos as well. They have a lot of trust on offense. It makes things, so much easier for that team chemistry. So shout out to the Utah Jazz, man. Um, Moving forward, I just wanted to tap into the LA Lakers. Let's talk about the LA Lakers. Um, Starting off the season, it definitely seemed like they were coasting, maybe coasting a little bit. Seemed like they would have a top three seed on lock, and that's how it's going to be going towards the playoffs. Well, given the Anthony Davis injury, it's starting to make things a little more interesting. And I don't know. I'm willing. I'm really intrigued in seeing who's going to be the next player to step up. AD has not been himself this season, and it's showing. He went down with the injury. He's gonna be out for a while, and he may not be the same this season. That is a possibility that people are not thinking about. So um, I'm really hoping for the best for AD. Great young prime talent. Um, you hate to see him deal with these injuries again, man. It's something else for him. It really is. But let's see how they can bounce back. And can they still contend possibly with AD, Anthony Davis, not being 100% by the time the playoffs start? Let's see. That's going to be something to monitor on the side and the back of your head. Let's see how they do. Um, Honestly, I think one of the key ways they can continue forward and keep things afloat, keep things flowing, continue to build up the younger players, build their confidence up, have your veterans like Jared Dudley and other guys like that continue to build these guys' confidence up because they may need to step up. They may need THT for extended minutes. They may need to go out and get another big. So they're going to need that veteran leadership to help out these role players, the younger guys on the team, as well as getting these new vets on the same page, making sure guys like Marc Gasol, he gets it, Wes Matthews, he gets it on the same page as the core players. It's key. So lots of uncertainty for the Lakers, but I say even with the injury, top four seed in the West, it's always a ton of drama around, whatever team LeBron is on, whether they're doing good, whether they're consistent, whatever the likes may be. But we'll see, man. Got to have the season play out. Let's see what the Lakers do. And we also have to touch on one of the biggest situations in the NBA, and probably the top topic, storyline, and everything, and that's the Brooklyn Nets and their big three of KD, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving. Okay, started off rough. They had the best offense and the worst defense. Take you a few games, take you a few games to get your footing together. The three guys that can average 25 and up per game gives you a great chance to win. They just need to fill in the role spots, get guys on the same page, and continue to build that team chemistry going forward. But there shouldn't be any excuse for the Brooklyn Nets not making it out of the Eastern Conference. They could do it this year. They should definitely do it next year, and however long that core three stays together. Um, One of the things I thought about initially, I definitely have to double back and touch back on the trade. First and foremost, you have to look at the guys they gave up. Gave up elite role players slash glue guys in Torian Prince to the Cavs, Jarrett Allen to the Cavs, and there was the huge package of picks and small contracts and whatnot that went back to the Rockets. Okay. Jarrett Allen, I don't know why he wasn't the starting center for the Brooklyn Nets. Honestly, even with DeAndre Jordan, those guys were so interchangeable last year. No matter who started, the production didn't really drop off. So for you to trade away your future center, basically, walking, talking, double double, knows how to finish in the post, way better than Andre Drummond in finishing in the post, or at least getting his moves off and getting a efficient shot up. Way better. Defense, like a hawk. He's looking to clear everything that comes towards the basket. Love it. And now, if I'm not mistaken, the past 2 or 3 games, he's hit a three-pointer. The man is stretching the floor now while being a rim protecting 5 man. That is exclusive value. And for the Cavs, also being a small market team in year 3 of a rebuild, that was a huge get for them. A huge get. So just going forward, man, the Nets, they really dropped the ball letting go of 2 guys that they ultimately needed in their rotation. Um, I understand you have to part ways with Prince, but you have to keep a Jarrett Allen. That's your starting center. Definitely better than DeAndre Jordan right now at this point in his career. I just didn't understand it. And it seemed like he was just about a giveaway. So that was that. Brooklyn Nets, man, their offense is going to be there. Of course, with the coaches, Steve Nash, head coach, assistant coach, and Mike D'Antoni, offense is going to be there. The main thing now is that you just want to make sure that they have enough defense to close games out and win. So another thing to look around and be on the lookout for with the Brooklyn Nets, um, going towards this trade deadline, I want to touch on a few teams that who's going to be buyers, who's going to be sellers. So we're gonna look through some teams and let's play it out. Let's think about it. Who should realistically be a buyer and who should be a seller? Okay. When I'm looking at it and when I think about it, teams like, let's say, the Boston Celtics, okay? You got a team like them who are pretty much middle of the road, if I'm not mistaken, 15 and 16 or 16 and 16, right? You're in the Eastern Conference and you're coming up on the All-Star break and you're sitting at the 9 seed. What are you going to do? because your team is definitely not going to be good enough to tank out for a lottery pick, and that's not what you're looking for. You're looking to contend for the NBA Finals. You need a big man, a consistent big man who can rebound, defend. On the offensive side, he may not have to have much, but hey, if he could stretch the floor, at least finish around the basket, that's what you guys are looking for. Okay. The Eastern Conference, no matter how it looks, it's completely up for grabs. Some of these teams that are deadlocked or tied for the last playoff spot, let's put it like this: the fourth seed Indiana Pacers are 15-15. The 10 seed New York Knicks, based off of record, are 15-17. Okay. The Cleveland Cavaliers are 12-21, and they're only 2 to 3 games back from the last playoff spot. It's competitive. It is competitive. So, hey, if you really think you have a shot at it, go for it. Make a couple moves. Miami Heat sitting in the eighth spot. Make a move if you need to, but staying intact may not be an option. So let's see. The Hornets, that was actually one of the teams I felt like would be a good fit for Andre Drummond. His talents, what he does, even if he just stayed for 1 year or possibly strike a deal there, that would be a good fit for him. It goes right along with his age range. They have a perfect blend of young players and at least seasoned younger vets and regular older vets. You know what I mean? They have a good balance, and I love seeing that. I'm very happy for them to see growth from the Charlotte Hornets because man, they've had some tough years. They've had some up and down years in the playoffs 1 year, out the next, in 1 year, out the next two. It's been crazy. So happy for the LaMelo Ball situation down there. That kid is electrifying. He has a solid vet that's an all-star in Gordon Hayward to help him along the way, help him through the trials and tribulations of his rookie season. It's a beautiful thing to see, man. So shout out to the Charlotte Hornets turning things around, and they could possibly make a playoff spot. Other teams, the one team that may get lost in the twilight zone of all of this may be the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm not sure what other moves they can make. What other moves could you possibly make to have the right team and personnel around Giannis to finally make it to the finals? At least make it to the finals and then, see what you can do with your shot from there. So, uh, really, I really want to see what moves do they make. Do they stand pat and just try to dogfight it out with the team that they have? Are they going to try to go all in for a star, a for sure star, and hey, trade picks, players, whatever it takes? Let's see. Let's see. That was just a few in the Eastern Conference. Over in the West, we talked about the Jazz. They're sitting at 26-6. Just run down the standings for everybody. Clippers 23-10, Lakers 22-11. You have your Suns at the fourth spot. Talk about surprise team of this season. And you knew with CP3 and Tote, he was going to bring that winning mentality and mindset. Um, they're definitely improved. They're getting better shots and all of the above. Two All-Stars as well, one in Chris Paul and the other in Devin Booker. So great things for Phoenix, man. Very happy for that team as well. Trailblazers sitting in the fifth seed, 18-13, and the Spurs sitting six at 16-12. Remember, last season was their first time not in the playoffs since, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say 1997. So, yeah, it was something about 24, 25 straight seasons in the playoffs, and that was just snapped last season. The San Antonio Spurs will forever be the gold standard and blueprint for small market teams. Never forget that point. Okay. Denver Nuggets, 17 and 14. They're trying to catch some type of stride. That might be another team that has to look to make a trade. If they want to stay competitive. It's a very, very bloodbath, feisty Western Conference. And then rounding it out, 8 through 10, 10 being the pretty much the play-in tournament cutoff, and they'll play it out from there. So in total, it'll be 10 teams that head to the uh, playoff action. The last, I believe, 3 to 4 teams will have that play out for that eighth spot. So it should be interesting to see. But 8 through 10, Warriors 18 and 15, Mavericks 15 and 15, and Grizzlies sitting at 13 and 14. Other noticeable teams that are within, you could say, even 2 games, uh, 11 through 13 place teams in the Western Conference. You got Pelicans sitting at 14 and 17, Thunder sitting at 13 and 19, and you have the Sacramento Kings at 12 and 19, just sitting a few games back. So it's gonna be tough. Going towards the trade deadline, teams that are most likely going to try to make a trade to shore up things, I would definitely say Clippers. I would say Lakers for sure. Blazers may look to add some help, which hey, it may be something that they need. The Suns, if something becomes available, may look to add another piece to become more dangerous. This could be a special season for them as well. Spurs, I don't see making any moves, but I would like to see them make a move that complements their brand of basketball. And of course, staying competitive going towards the future. Nuggets, I feel like, are going to make a move or two. And the Warriors, I definitely feel like, are going to make a trade, as well as the Mavericks. Who? I'm not sure yet. I know Drummond is a possible target for the Mavericks. Um, Warriors may look for some more shooting. They may look to possibly package players and picks for even a star, available star. That's a possibility as well with them. It's a few guys I want people to stay on the lookout for possibly being sleepers at the trade deadline. Um, it's guys that aren't even playing like Bol, who I know is a developmental player, but has unlimited talent, oozing potential, and he still isn't getting the playing time. He could be a possible trade target for a team who believes in his possible potential and that wants to let him play, that wants him to reach that. They want that piece on their team. They're willing to take that chance. So look for guys like him, guys like Davis Bertans with the Washington Wizards. Sniper just came off of a contract extension. But hey, if things don't work, they're looking to make another move to keep Russ and to keep Bill happy. That could be another guy. So be on the lookout for those certain sleeper pieces, man. They can mean a lot coming down the line. So that's what it's looking like for the trade deadline. Buyers and sellers so far. Going to keep an eye on everything. But, right before we get up out of here, man, I just wanted to say that I have a few things lined up. Uh, One of them definitely being that I want to do more reaction videos. So anybody that's tuned in to the Unlimited Sports Scene podcast, just know, when you look me up on YouTube at Lawrence Goggins, or if you just want to put it in Unlimited Sports Scene podcast, um, could be seeing that as well. Okay, I definitely want to do some reaction videos to possibly mini documentaries, highlight reaction videos. We're going to talk about some good stuff. So just know any video that I pick, we'll put it on the screen here. We'll both see it, pause it, talk about it, throughout it. And it'll be something new. It'll be new content, something fresh to bring to all the sports fans, especially my Unlimited Sports Inc. fans. And just anything possibly to push this movement going forward. Uh, this huge movement. Big shout out to 265 Media, my guy Daniel Artest and company. Uh, those guys are great. We're doing at least 2 to 3 shows on Clubhouse and Locker Room per week. If you don't have those two apps, get those now. The Locker Room app, and as well as the Clubhouse app. Clubhouse is invite only. So hey, anybody seriously interested in trying to get an invite to Clubhouse, inbox me, contact me, and who knows, I might be able to get you in there and come be a part of this great conversation, man. It's some great vibes, some great energies in the room. We talk about great topics, real basketball talk, no hot takes. So it's all logic, all facts, man. That's it. Everything is backed up by facts, by stats, and just by the truth, man, that we see. So other than that, just wanted to get this quick show in today. Quick little jump off. So from the jump, man, this is another podcast from Limited Sports Inc. Uh, I hope you guys stay tuned. This is episode, I want to say 15, 16. So, hey, we're pushing. Got a lot of things lined up, a lot of different fresh content that I want you guys to experience with me. And let's make the best out of this 2021. Okay. Network, continue to expand. And that's what it's all about. Just keep growing. That's what it's all about. You guys that's watching the NBA now, my biggest thing to challenge you, continue to do your research on the history of the game. Continue to do your research on why the rules were changed and why we have the product that we have today. It gives you a more appreciative view of the game in total and where it's at and where it's heading. And for those who've came before us, if you love the game truly, you have to do your homework and research on it because that's what natural lovers of the game do. Can't get away from it. It's like it's more addictive, it's more special, and it means more than possibly even homework that you got for school. So I know that feeling. You guys stay inspired, keep going. All my fans, I want you guys to stay tuned in, stay locked in with me. Continue to check on YouTube weekly because we're gonna have different clips up. We're gonna have these reaction videos. We're gonna have the podcast clips. We're gonna have full podcast episodes. So everybody stay tuned, continue supporting. Also, you can head over to Patreon as well. You can find me there, Lawrence Goggins and Unlimited Sports Inc. podcast. I'll have all of my clips uploaded, and you can get all access to those and my exclusive one-on-one interviews as well for a small fee of $5 a month. Hey, that's only for the real fans that really rock with me and that want to support me long term. I'm always appreciative and grateful for each and every one of you, even the ones who bought their Unlimited Sports Inc. gear as well. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and sign off. I can't wait to talk to you guys again. And everybody, stay tuned in for the NBA games coming up tonight. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have highlights and all types of stats and things like that to touch on. Other than that, check us out, 265 Media on Clubhouse, Locker Room, and the Limited Sports Inc. podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and all other platforms. Thank you. One love.